Do you have a lot of CDs and they're taking up too much space? Well, this is a video for you, and this video is especially for ProgHat. Hi, welcome to Garage Geeks. So ProgHat posted a video where he's talking about how he has to save space, and he's got stacks of CDs and vinyl, and he's going to probably take them and sell them. And that's fine. But I have a solution for him, which many people in the vinyl community already know about. I've seen This Is Music, Kim from This Is Music. He often shows his CDs that he puts in little plastic cases. So I'm going to show you the solution that I use. The advantage to this is you can keep all those CDs in a much smaller space, but the disadvantage is you're going to be getting rid of the jewel cases and they're harder to sell later. So if you do want to sell your CDs after a certain point, you would probably have to buy new jewel cases and put them back in, which, that doesn't make sense. If you're running out of space, but you want to keep the CDs, because to be honest, most stores, they don't pay much for most CDs, right? So it's like you're giving them away for pennies. If you really want to keep your collection, this is a really good solution. We've got this CD in its CD case, and we know, after you get about 10, you're taking up a major chunk of space. Now, for most people, it's fine, because if you don't have a lot of them, they look beautiful on a shelf. At a certain point, if you want to buy more, you're going to have to take them out of this jewel case like this. You're going to have to open it up, and you're going to have to pull it all out. You're going to have the entire CD down to that, from this to that. And it might not seem like a lot, but it's an impressive difference over time. What I do is I buy CD boxes. These are readily available. This isn't even a nice one. These you can buy in 2 to 4 packs, I believe, on Amazon. You actually have to snap them together. These aren't the best ones. There are much nicer ones. And then when you open them up, you can see you can store a lot of CDs in there. Now, I'm going to show you 3 different types of systems that I've used over time and which one I like the most. Now, the first system I used was when I was first doing this when I was overseas. In fact, that's even a Japanese CD. This one is highly not recommended because you have to destroy the art. So basically, you can put the front CD booklet in here, and then what I would do is I always folded the back art and put it inside, and you have to rip off this little piece to slide it in here for identification, and then the CD goes in there. And the CD, the back was protected because this is a kind of cloth backing. I don't recommend this. When I started doing this, many CD replacement systems weren't available like they are now. I'm talking 25 years ago or more. And I highly regret that I did this to a lot of my CDs. So the next system I used was an envelope system. So for example, you've got what looks like a letter. You basically open the flap and you put all of the contents of the CD inside. Let me pull it out. So it comes out of the envelope. Normally you would not take everything out. Right, so I haven't taken this out in years. So you slide the entire thing in. The good thing about this is the CD is fully protected because it's in one of these sleeves. And you got the entire art there. But what is difficult about this one, I eventually gave up this system. It's very hard to take the CDs in and out. And every time you do, everything gets meshed up and you have to pull this little flap in and out. I just became dissatisfied with this system. And I don't think this system is readily available in the United States. I started that when I was overseas. The one that I use now is this system. So this system is easily available. So you slide the entire CD backing in here and you kind of flip this over, and then you put the CD booklet in the front. This is a really nice system. It's easy to get the CD in and out. If you want more protection for your CD, you can buy little sleeves that are cloth to put them in there to protect your CDs. You could do that. I've never been big on that because even my roughly handled CDs, they always play fine. So I've never been worried about that. And I'm usually very gentle with my CDs anyway. So you can take your CDs, your CD collection, and instead of getting rid of a CDs because you have too many, I mean, it is good to purge, to get rid of, but you just have to realize, I feel it's actually better to give them to people, because most stores, they don't give you much unless they're highly sought after CDs. Like, if you're giving away Pink Floyd, like selling Pink Floyd, or Yes, Rolling Stones, Beatles, yeah, they're going to give you money for those. But, for example, Chemical Brothers, this is actually a really nice CD. They're not going to give me much for that, even though it's a really good CD. And then you can easily store these on shelves. And like I said, this one is not a nice one. I have much nicer ones. Let me pull one out to show you. For example, this is a photo box. It's much nicer. And then when you open up, you got your CDs in there. They look very nice. So these, they can look very nice on your shelves. So my recommendation is, before you even contemplate a system like this, you look and see what's readily available, because once you do a system like this, you want it to be consistent. You don't want to do half of your CDs in one and then all of a sudden change and do another, because you won't be satisfied with that, and you'll have to go and change all the other ones, and what's the point of that? ProgHat, I hope this helps you make a decision. I know a lot of people in the VC use systems like this, and if you use something that's different, would you please chime in? Oh, there's another system that I forgot, which a lot of people use that I absolutely hate, and it's those CD cases. They're like little books, and they have like sleeves, and you just put the CD and maybe sometimes the front cover in it. I don't like those systems at all. Why? Because I want to keep the art, all of the art, for the CDs. So that's another system that is widely available, but I highly do not recommend that type of CD series. So again, ProgHat, let me know what you think. Anybody else out there has a different system? How do you store your CDs? CDs, they just create this mountain, and because we always buy more. So how do you keep your CD collection under control? I want to thank you for your support.